Welcome back, everyone. Thank you guys for joining in. If this is your first time here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do a lot of GZW content for those that are just starting off and you are wanting to know everything. I'll have a separate video for you guys if you guys are just starting off into this game. But I'm sure you guys are here wondering what meta is, as the title says. What is the best gun in GZW right now? And this gun right here is the best gun right now for low levels, mid tier, even up to high tier. This gun can melt people. I mean, you're talking about doing some very, very intense damage when it comes down to even people with level 3 armor. Now, I'm going to go through the ranks of the armor because a lot of people get confused as this as well. But I'm going to show you what armors to run, what armors not to run, because a lot of people get confused with this as well. So, some of you already know what armors to run. If you do know what armors to run, skip a little bit ahead and then you'll know. But if you don't know about the armors, right, if you are just learning about the armors, these are the best armors. Level 3. Level 3 plus is the best armor that you can get for your chest. If for your head, I believe it's level 3A. That is it. There is nothing better unless there's level 3 that I don't know of, right? I haven't got up to those ranks, but level 3 plus is the best armor that you can get, and that's what you're wanting to be able to penetrate, and then on top of that, cause bleeding. So this gun right here, and I'm gonna purchase it here. You have to unlock turncoat, right? But this gun right here, sorry about that, had somebody walk in, but this gun right here can literally melt people down. Now, the number one issue that a lot of people come up when they play GZW is healing. I'm gonna tell you right off the bat, you can run, Artisan's AKSU 74. The only problem with this gun, right, that comes up into the early stages, right, is first off, you can't put scopes on the gun. If you can't put scopes on the gun here in this game, it's very, very rough to even kill somebody. You can run a red dot, right? If you're ever in those close quarter combats with somebody, right? And you want to kill a Chad, somebody that's really geared up, right? You can run this as a budget gun. It is actually very doable, and this gun is probably my favorite budget gun to run, just because most people don't even want to pick up this gun because you can't even put a scope on it. But it is very, very deadly. Now, this gun right here, like I said, very, very deadly. This is originally how I like to run it, just because I don't spend that much money. And then the other thing is, what ammo do you use? As we all know, soft point are BB. They're basically BBs. It turns your gun into a BB gun. You can't take down AI with them. It takes a long time, right? Even if they have armor. And the other thing is, the ammo for this gun is plentiful. If you ever run out in a situation, if you ever try to find it anywhere in the map, right? 545 is easy to find, even in the FMJ configuration. That ammo right there can be very, very useful, right? Even if when you don't have any ammo to use. Now, the ammo that I like to run in PvP and even running it out into doing some missions and killing some AI is gonna be hollow points. Now, with hollow points, what it causes is a lot of bleeding. Hollow points, they expand. They like to on the initial impact. If you read what the description on the bullet says, right, this bullet expands upon impact. So when it enters the character's body, right, it will cause bleeding. You will either have light bleeding or even medium bleeding, right, depending on what body part you hit. Now, when you buy the gun, right, when you buy the gun, originally this is what it's going to originally come with. It's going to be coming with FMJ, which isn't bad. It isn't bad. This is actually good ammo, right? You already leveled up. You already done your stuff, right? This is good ammo right here. The only issue that you're going to be running into is that you're not going to be able to add a suppressor unless you find one out in the field. To be able to get a suppressor for 545, right, you can either find it out in the field, or if you reach a high enough level, I'm sure you can get it. I haven't even got to that point. As you can see, I am level 17. Now with this little budget build, right, you get a 2x sight, which is plenty enough to go out in the field and actually be able to do some damage. It's very maneuverable, right? It doesn't have a zoom effect or anything like that, right? And you can still tilt to the side. The other thing that I really love about this gun, right, is it already comes with a rail on top, so you can actually put a good sight on top. You know, that 2x is pretty good. That's what I like to run. On here, on this one, right, you can also get a red dot, right, and you can easily maneuver with this gun in close quarter combat. Now you're probably asking yourself, well, how is the recoil? You haven't explained the recoil. The recoil is not that bad. It's actually pretty maneuverable. That was 30 bullets at somewhat close range right there as you saw. Now let's try that again, right? Let's get a little bit farther. And this is without having any handguard or any handguard attachment, I should say, right? At longer ranges, if you're pulling down just slightly, you can actually use this gun in combat. Now, for those, right, that are thinking, well, I use M80s all the time. I only use the Mosin for the start because that actually puts them down one shot, right? This gun right here, you got to remember, not every enemy is going to have that ammo. One thing about this gun right here and why it's been meta from the start, 545 is plentiful. You can actually find it even in your beginning of the town. Now, if you want to find some sweet ones like the one that I found here, this gun right here, let me show you this one, right? It won't come with the scope, right? You have to earn this scope at Gunny level 2, but it's actually, if you keep on playing the game, doing your missions, you will be able to get the scope. But this gun right here, right? With even the suppressor, let me just tell you that, even with the suppressor, you can actually find these attachments, and I'll show you exactly where at. So in Falang Airfield, there's going to be a couple of places you can actually go to be able to get this gun that I'm talking about. You're going to want to go inside hangar, right here, not the remote hangar. You're going to go into hangar, right? Right next to where the terminal's at. You have to explore this area, right? Be very, very careful because a lot of the enemy here actually has Mosins, and even some of them have silent Mosins. Now, a lot of people, as you can see, they're starting to go into this because they're starting to notice, right, that this area right here, Falang Airfield, is actually where you start getting some of the good gear. I mean, you can find some really, really good AKs inside here that are already fully loaded out, and you can find some really good attachments. Now, you can go over here to the remote hangar as well if you find the key and open up that compartment, but there is air, one little area right over here where there's a crate, and you can always, most of the time, I should say, not always, most of the time, find a really nice AK. But nonetheless, guys, thank you guys for watching. I know it's very, very short. I haven't even shown this. If you guys want to see this in action, actually go follow me on Twitch. I go live once here in a while. But none the case, right? Thank you all for watching. Go have fun. Go do some missions. Go do some PvP. And let's wait for that update because I heard there's going to be weather and that's going to be insane. But nonetheless, thank you guys for watching. I have been Yogi Top G, and for all your GZW needs, stick with me. I'll be right here.